guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to welcome my new followers. Thank you to my old followers and subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you to anyone who has liked, shared, subscribed to my channel and all that good stuff. Make sure you guys continue to support me. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A on the twins because I do get a lot of questions about them and like what we do, how do I handle both of them, how do I tell them apart. Like I always get the same questions. So I wanted to put it in a video, a little more detailed, so you guys can get a little bit more of an understanding. I do want to say that it's not easy, but it's not all that hard. I know I make it look easy, and it's like I said, it's not easy, but it's not all that hard. The main thing I can say is to learn your babies. And what I mean by that is learn what they need, learn their cries, just learn everything, the way that they move, the thing that they do, the noises that they make. Because with two, they're identical, of course you guys know, and it gets hard telling them apart. So the main question I do get is, how do I tell them apart? First, their heads are different. One has a bigger and wider head, one's round. What else? They laugh different, their voices are different. They do things different. The way that they're sitting up, the way that they're getting ready to crawl. They sleep the same most of the time, which is pretty cool. How else can I tell them apart? One is slightly bigger. Sometimes she looks a lot bigger, but they're only literally a pound and an inch apart from each other. It's hard to tell, but they really are. What else? At first, says who waiting on. At first, Aaliyah was really, really small. I've talked about that a few times. She was born at 4.2, and Malaya, the younger one, was born at 5.9 pounds. So now Aaliyah is 19, almost 20 pounds, and then Malaya is 20, almost 21 pounds, which is pretty interesting. Aaliyah caught up a lot. Like I said, they really take turns on everything that they do, from eating to sleeping to talking. They literally take turns. 1 minute Aaliyah's talking more. I think Aaliyah talked more when they first started, making noises, and Malaya used to just sit there and just smile. But now Malaya is loud. She's louder than Aaliyah now. It's crazy. Their favorite thing to watch used to be Boss Baby. It still kind of is Boss Baby, but Moana. We watch Moana. We've watched it thousands of times. Literally, we watch it all day, every day. It's the one thing that keeps them quiet. I try to put on different shows, learning shows and stuff like that. They'll watch it, but when it's time to go to sleep or when they start fussing, you put Moana on or Boss Baby and that's it. They're quiet. Music for them, I try to listen to R&B, not too much rap or trap music or anything like that. I try to play them soothing and soft songs. I actually have the soundtrack to Moana on my phone, so if they start acting up, usually they don't act up in the car because they like being in the car, but if they do, Moana soundtrack is on standby. As far as foods, They're still just doing baby food so far. They like sweet potatoes, green beans, bananas, blueberries, pears, carrots, apples. I think that's it. We're kind of getting into the little snacks that they have. They have like little wafers. They like those. Mashed potatoes. They like mashed potatoes. They try to eat what we be eating, but they have a few allergies to some things. So I'm trying to keep it with just the baby food until they're a little older. Yeah, having kids is crazy. It's amazing, but it's crazy. Finding out what they're allergic to, finding out what they like. It just takes time. That's all I can say is you really have to, be patient, have patience. Learning what they like is actually pretty interesting. I know me growing up, and even still now that I'm an adult, I'm very, very picky. I hope so far they haven't really been picky. If anything, it's like, I know they can't have strawberries or mangoes. They broke out from those. But everything else, whatever I give them, they might be iffy a little bit, but they eat it. And one will eat more one day, the other will eat more one day. Like, it just really depends on what mood they're in. They do have eczema. It's not that bad. And for that, I use Aquaphor. Their pediatrician prescribed some cream, like if it gets really, really bad. But they use Aveeno for bath time, the wash and all that stuff, lotion, and then I use Aquaphor mostly. It keeps them nice and moist. That's been doing really, really good with their eczema. I see a lot of questions about routines that we have. The girls aren't really on like a set, like a day pack schedule, or like just set perfect time. Don't let anyone tell you, hey, get your kids on a schedule. Schedules work out best. Not everyone is able to get on a schedule. I'm going to tell you that now. I probably have all of one twin mom who says that her kids are on a set schedule. Believe it or not. And I follow a lot of twin moms. A lot of twin moms follow me. And like I said, about 1 out of maybe 30 twin moms, maybe 2 or 3 out of about 30 twin moms have their babies on schedules. I can say that they do typically eat and nap around the same times every day. As far as like going to sleep at the same time every day, no. Those babies, sometimes they will be up at 12 o'clock at night wanting to be up and play and watch TV. And me being the mom that I am, I'm going to play with them. I love my babies, and I love every bit of it. The nights that they don't want to go to sleep, the nights that they fight their sleep, I love it. I can say that teething is a problem for sleeping because they will fight their sleep. They will really fight their sleep for hours at a time, and it's really crazy. So with that, I know a lot of people say, oh, don't hold your baby and all this stuff, but it really, when they're teething and you hold them, they'll forget all about that they're teething sometimes. So don't let anyone tell you that you're spoiling your kids, your babies, whatever, because they need that love and affection. They need that attention. What else? Someone asked, how is it like your first kids were twins? I think I've said this a couple of times, that when we first found out, it was like, okay, first we weren't trying to prevent it, but we weren't trying to have, trying to get pregnant. So when it's like, okay, yeah, you're pregnant, okay, and then it's like, it's twins, and you're just like, huh, really? But I'm so blessed. Like, I don't know what I will be doing without them. Like, I'm so, like, it's a overjoying feeling of having twins. I love it. I would not trade it for the world. And then I have one where it says, how do you balance both? Do they trade off, or do you have to do everything at once? So with that, sometimes they both want me. They both don't want me like they used to. Like before, they would want me both at the same time all the time. But now, sometimes one wants to do her own thing. Sometimes one wants to be on me, or they'll switch. Sometimes one wants their dad and not me. Sometimes they want me and not their dad. Like, they literally take turns. As far as like feeding, I try to keep them on the same schedule with their feeding and their naps. Sometimes they're like an hour or maybe 30 minutes off from each other, which is not that bad. It actually kind of helps, because like dealing with two of them all the time can get a little overwhelming. But if they cry a little bit, like they just have to cry. If I try to go make a bottle or getting their food ready and stuff like that, a little whining is not a problem. Long as they're not screaming to the top of their lungs, I'm fine. They're fine. I'll get to y'all when I'm done making your food, your bottles, whatever, bath time. Right now they're sitting up, but they're not sitting up to where I'm comfortable like putting them both in the bathtub. So I still do that one at a time. But yeah, most of the times it's kind of like we balance out pretty well now that they're getting older, and they want less attention. They want to do their own thing. They want to be rolling around and playing with their toys and doing whatever it is that they're doing. So yeah, I'm trying to think, see if there's any more questions. How many naps do they take a day? They take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. But lately, the evening naps been going a little too long, because I'll end up falling asleep, putting them to sleep, and we'll just be asleep. And I think that's one of the reasons why they'll be up all night. But like I said, I enjoy it. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Which twin sleeps with her grandma, and which twin looks for you? Aaliyah, the older and smaller twin, loves sleeping with her grandma. Malaya always looks for me. That's my baby right there. She's the baby now. First, it was Aaliyah being a brat and always wanting me and never wanted her dad. And then Malaya always wanted her dad and didn't really want me. But now they switched. So Aaliyah is more on her dad, and then Malaya is more on me. Like I said, you have to learn your babies. They change. Like, they're constantly changing. Their looks, their voices, their laughs, the way they eat. Sometimes they waste bottles because, like I said, the teething. The teething can really take a toll on the baby. So make sure when your baby's teething and they won't stop whining, or they're really fussy, or they want to hold you, do not get frustrated with them. Teething is bad for them. It really is. Like, they've been teething for about 4 months, 3 to 4 months, I want to say, and sometimes it's really bad and sometimes it's not. So any tips on teething I have, I would say keep the tablets. They have new all natural tablets. I'll put the name on here. I can't think of the name right now. My brain is just all over the place. Teething tablets, teething rings, the ones that go in the freezer. Most of their toys are like teething toys. Everything around them, I make sure it's something that they can chew on, like, you know, something safe, because like I said, teething is horrible. I try not to use too much oral gel, but I do still have the oral gel around. Malaya likes a wet rag to chew on. Aaliyah doesn't really too much care for that, but Malaya does. Like I said, you really have to learn your babies, learn what they like, learn what works for them. I have two, so like I said, each one of them might like something, the other one might not like it. So learn your babies. That's my number one tip, especially for twins, because that will be an easier way to tell them apart. And like I said, you don't want to get frustrated. You want to know what they need and what they want, and it just makes everything so much easier. So as far as me making it look easy, I can say that learning my babies is what makes it a lot easier for me. I think that's all of the questions that I have. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing to our channel. Make sure you guys follow our blog. And I think that's it. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk with you soon.